If there's one thing after this quarantine that I'm never going to miss ever in my life, will be the pathetic attempts of everybody on television, every celebrity, every host of morning, daytime, late night TV, all of it. Looking at the people from Hollywood, the most fake, hypocritical, privileged, elite set of individuals that are trying to stay relevant and hopefully thinking that because they are on your TV screen in your time of dire need, that they're going to be there for you, and just their presence is going to make you feel comfortable and make you feel happy that they're there with you. But with that, we don't see our celebrities dolled up in the greatest makeup, donned in the greatest gowns and tresses and fashion that will trend everywhere. Hair made, well lit, well mic'd, in a TV studio, in a music studio, or a sound stage. What we are subjected to, for those that watch television looking for new or live content, is being subjected to incredibly bad television. And to think we put the phrase talent in front of all of these people, and you wonder who is the real talent here when you are stripped down to bare bones and you come away putting out shitty content. For what reason? Why? Who thought this was a good idea to put this together? I look at the Together at Home concert that's going on as I record this video and later put this out on audio. And I see multi-million dollar, multi-billion dollar platinum musicians performing in such horrible lighting, audio, everything out of sync, on Zoom videos in some cases. And you know there are some production crews that are still working out there, working with this talent, trying to get them set up to do all these different camera shots from wherever they are, or they're on Skype, or they're on Zoom, or whatever they're using. And I look at all these shows. Yes, the TV shows, all these different events. We need content to put on TV. Oh, because we can't put on rerun content. We just can't let things go on. We can't just fill the airways with other content. No, we have to have new content to go up against streaming like Netflix and Amazon and Hulu and Disney. This cringeworthy attempt to put out content, when I look at what the YouTube audience does, and I look at what my fellow podcasters do, and they do 1,000,000 times better what they're doing with less time, with less money, and without the accolades and the awards and the press and the adulation. We see all the people out there, the Joe Rogans of the world, the Logan Pauls, the PewDiePies. We've seen all of those videos done. They're well set, good cameras, good microphones, all you need to put on TV. But no, all these production people that are out of touch, take them off a Hollywood soundstage and make them work out of their homes, and they are novices. They are amateurs. You are not helping anybody out there watching the product at all by making everybody look bad because they want to be able to say they're just like you. When I see politicians showing their $2,000 freezers, when I see Oprah Winfrey cooking and drinking vino, singing to the Banana Boat song, all this fake, hypocritical cringe, and you see the desperation of relevancy from everyone from Madonna to Conan O'Brien, to Jimmy Kimmel, to Jimmy Fallon, to the Today Show, and how about the most evil and sanctimonious of them all, Ellen DeGeneres? Ellen DeGeneres is now doing her show once again after taking a spring break. She came back the week of March 30th to start doing her show, but she is doing it without her regular stage staff, and they're not doing it from her studios. They're doing it from her home. As of April 10th, according to Variety.com, the crew was expected to be told to expect a reduced compensation of 2 8-hour workdays per week, as opposed to getting 10-hour workdays per week, not getting their full pay. They're getting like 60 to 80% of their pay, a pay cut. So I guess they should be privileged and lucky to be even getting any pay at all. In the hours following Variety's Wednesday request for comment on the reduced pay and lack of communication, because according to the story, Ellen's producers failed to say anything about what was going to happen to the show and what they were going to be doing. So these union workers that were working on the set of the Ellen DeGeneres show, of more than 30 employees, had no written communication about the status of their working hours, pay, or inquiries about their mental and physical health from producers for over a month. And higher-ups in production would actually answer phone calls occasionally, but reveal very little. And the crew was also incensed by the show's recent hire of an outside non-union tech company to help DeGeneres tape remotely from her home in California. And they're doing a horrible job. So adding insult to injury, again, while the crew was left out of work with reduced pay, the remote production has hired Key Code Media, a Burbank-based audiovisual house, to help produce technical elements of the show, while crew members with the same skills sit idle. And this crew, it's all union people, the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees. So she's going to get some union people coming back at her, and for what? To put out pathetic, horrible content like that? All of these people on television, you know what? They're doing it partly because they want to get their money, because they have jobs and they have to fulfill their dedications. Okay, I can appreciate that. But really, when I look at the newscasts, you see people doing the same thing, but you know what? They actually have proper setups to do their shows. You actually have proper screens. I see local news looking better. People doing it from home, that I'm seeing it here on national television, whether it be on cable, whether it be on daytime, whether it be on late night, whether it be at prime time. We don't want to see any celebrities sitting behind their kitchens or their pools or their nice spas and beautiful backyards. They're $1 million homes, these elite privileged people. They're not making us feel any better. I don't know about you. Maybe some of you are starstruck and you feel like, well, this is a nice thing. It's a release. We're getting something different for ourselves. It's like the celebrities, these people on our TV screens, they're our friends. We're like talking to them through FaceTime. No, you're not. You're getting nothing from this. You don't realize the fact that they have it better than you. If they want to be quarantined, they can get whatever they want delivered, whenever they want, however they want. They have millions upon millions of dollars when there are people out there that don't have work right now. 20 some odd million people right now that don't have a job. Some people might be in a bread line. Some people might be out there in the line to get tested or whatever there might be. But then the audacity of the celebrities and honestly the producers and the people, the corporate types in media that signed off and greenlit on having all these shows on TV. What do you think it's going to look like when you go back on and you do your regular setup once again, and everybody's all dolled up and everybody's all in the nice suits and the nice dresses and all well makeup and their hair all done? So what are you going to say after that? When you become the people that you really are, back to who you really are, what does that say about you? And what does that say about how you really care about your fans? Now, I understand advertising dollars are at stake, and I can understand that some people, maybe there's a random few that probably do enjoy the fact they get this on TV. There's a few things I could see why they did. The Global Citizens Together at Home concert, the Disney sing-along, things like that, the iHeartRadio living room concert. I can appreciate some of that. That's not horrible if it's actually well produced, and those mostly are. The Global Citizens one, what are they doing with that? There's some people that are doing this, and they're like, are you really the Global Citizens group? You couldn't put a little bit of money or get the music, the musicians to come out and do something where they could put out some real content? Like, listen, this is the first chance that some of these artists are going to get to go live on television. When it used to be the thing in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, you would see all your big stars on shows like American Bandstand or Soul Train or Midnight Special or Top of the Pops. And now, or even on talk shows. And now, here's the opportunity for all these people to see their favorite musicians live on television. And the rare times you can watch them, it might be at the Grammys, or it might be at the Country Music Awards, whatever it might be. And this is the way you portray them? I wouldn't complain so much about all this, but honestly, the most important thing is these are also on the people that are creating this content, the people that have also put together the sets or the rigs so that all these people could broadcast from their homes in the first place. Has anybody ever thought of getting these people a microphone? Why do I hear all these people sound like crap? They are sounding in a cavernous cave. They don't ever consider, you're not supposed to do FaceTime just like you do FaceTime. This is for television, for Christ's sake. Why don't you give them a microphone? Put a lavalier on them. Put a Blue Yeti in front of them. Find an ATR 2100 and put it in front of their puss. Why are you making them sound bad? Why are you letting them be looking bad? How in the world do you see people on television doing these live shots from wherever they are on Skype, Zoom, whatever it is, and they look horrible? What, do they not have proper Wi-Fi? These people with all these $1 million homes, they can't get put like a via satellite thing or something like that? You can't find a way to get them on a web conference? Seriously, you can't get them to download the program. Or maybe that's the problem. Maybe some of these people won't allow people into their homes because they're so scared of having people in their homes. So then when you're trying to do things for television, and then they don't even know how to use their computers, let alone how they know how to use their phone to be able to do a proper face chat or a video chat or even just get on a phone call. So yeah, you might be you're working up against the Magoo effect of these people that don't know what they're doing, trying to be technically savvy with what they're using. Some people are, or they just pay a lot of money for it. And why these people are not paying the kind of money to get it looking right and sounding right is a big problem. And nobody thought about this during quarantine. They just said, oh, we'll just half-ass it. We don't mind doing that. It's totally fine. Well, no, it's not. And I want to see what happens when all of you do this once again, and then let's see how you all feel once everybody gets back to normal, and then we start watching our TV again, and then everybody goes back to where they are. Because you know what? They're going to forget all that they did here, and the kind of real, stupid, cringeworthy stuff that they're going to regret doing. And I think it's also going to make their audience or their fans feel let down. Because you know what? If you feel like if you're close to a celebrity right now in this particular stage of quarantine, guess what? You're never going to get to be like that again. It's all hypocritical. It's all fake. That's all there is to it.